Hey there, I'm the Madcatster. Am I glad to see you here? Well, I thought to myself, we're about to close out 2022, but we can't really do that without taking a look at some of the cringiest content that the Ace family has made on their family channel this year. And so we're going to take a look at what I think are the 3 cringiest videos they made this year. And you can let me know what you think. So buckle up and let's go. So I'm here with Sybil the Enforcer, and she says, we're about to close out 2022. Have you liked and subscribed? I know half of you watching this are not subscribed, so please, if you would subscribe, help us grow. We'd like to keep growing into 2023. Sybil would appreciate it, and I would appreciate it. We've got some people to thank for some Amazon stuff at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But we need to talk about the Ace family and how they ended up 2022, because they've made what I think are a few really cringy videos this year, and they sort of ended the year with one that is not just cringy, but also kind of repulsive, I think, in terms of what they were joking or apparently joking about. So we'll talk about that in a second. The first video that I want to talk about that I think is number 1 cringy this year, Catherine pulled a prank, and you know, we love the Ace family. They've got millions of child followers. They were going to get away from YouTube, but they're filming constantly, and it seems like every day there's a video now. So we love them for their family-friendly content. You know, those harmless pranks and those goofy things that they do that entertain us. And one of my favorite cringiest family content this year was when Catherine pretended to smear period blood all over Austin's face and tell him that it was a facial, and then to see his reaction after it had sat on his face for several minutes, that she was putting period blood on his face. I mean, it wasn't really, but it was just so gross. So let's take a look at that one, because I think that's number 1 out of the 3.
I ordered fake blood from Amazon, and I ordered a menstrual cup. And basically what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna prank Austin with fake period blood.
Why does that look like medicine? Like cough medicine?
It's really good for you. I did this last week.
Not that good.
Okay, let me go get another towel because this one's kind of wet. I have something to tell you. It's period blood.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear. It's period blood.
I want to know how to nominate them for an Emmy Award, because I think that their acting is top notch. They are just some of the best natural performers that I've ever seen, and I think they should be nominated for the Streamy Awards. And actually, I think the period blood video should win for the Streamy Awards for Best Family Content Video of the Year for 2022. What do you think? It's clearly, like with most of the stuff they do, it's clearly been set up in advance. And, you know, this after she does it and reveals to him what it is that she's actually smeared, or allegedly actually smeared on his face, and he has that reaction that he's so, like, repulsed or whatever. The acting is so terrible that clearly he knew all about this, and this was just a stunt. And so it makes you think to yourself, first of all, why would Catherine pull a prank like that? Second of all, why would the two of them think that making a joke about smearing period blood on your husband's face would make good family-friendly content? And Catherine has been very adamant about how family-friendly their content is. And if you remember back several months ago when I did a video about the renewed lawsuit from 1212 Gateway, Catherine's attorneys even had a paragraph where they highlighted the fact that 1212 Gateway was hurting Catherine's reputation and their family-friendly content for their family channel. Also, talking about cringe moments of the Ace family in 2022, I hope you've watched my Ace family advent calendar spoof video, and if you haven't, shame on you. Watch it after this. There will be, on the end screen, there will be a link to the video, and down below in the description, there's a link to the video. So please go watch my Ace Family Advent Calendar video. That was my number 1. I think the period blood prank was my number 1 of their family-friendly content that I found cringy this year. Number 2 is going to be this next one. Now, there are a lot of YouTubers and other social media personalities who've been on that infamous OF website. I've even joked a few times that I wondered if Catherine and Austin were going to turn to that as a source of income. But I didn't expect this next family-friendly prank that Catherine put up, where she talks about how she's going to prank Austin into thinking she's found an innovative way to make a little extra cash for that $25,000 a month lease on that house they're living in. And so she's decided she's going to pretend that she is selling her dirty underthings. And number one, ew. Number two, is that family friendly? I'll let you be the judge. But here's how it went down.
I got it. Too big and too small.
Thank you. Oh wait, can you send me some, can you give me some more of the small ones? Like maybe like 15 or actually, no, 22 of them, please.
Why so many?
Because I'm shipping the underwear out. So like this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I literally just sold 25 pairs of underwear.
You got us gifts?
No, like I sold them. Like these are my underwear and I sold them.
You sold your own underwear?
Yeah.
You do not sell your own damn dirty underwear.
Before you start judging me, okay? I sold 25 pairs of underwear and 3 bras for literally like almost $13,000.
You telling me somebody bought your dirty ass underwear?
Yes.
Who bought them? I want to know who bought them.
I don't know because it's anonymous.
Obviously, this is also a joke because it's supposed to be a prank. But you can see that Austin's reaction, again, the acting is so top notch. You can tell she's completely shocked and surprised him into thinking that she's really selling her dirty underthings on the internet for cash. And you can see that he's obviously taken aback by it. He wants to know who she's selling them to. And she says it's anonymous. Well, first of all, how could it be anonymous? You have to ship these. She's packaging them allegedly to ship off to people who have bought them. You have to know where you're sending them. So it's not anonymous when you're doing a sale for merchandise like that. So, but you know, it just goes down to the acting is just terrible. But again, is this family-friendly content? I mean, really. Period blood, selling your underwear, your dirty underwear, allegedly, on the internet to make money. You've got all of these kids that, like, look up to you. Why? I don't know. God, I don't know why. This is how you're setting an example for your viewers. And this is what you're claiming as family-friendly content. And, ooh, don't tarnish their image because they're a family-friendly content channel, when in fact it's like more like PG-13 or rated R content in my view. So I don't think it's a family channel at all. But anyway, so those are the first two. Now this last one was more recent, and Sloan did a video on this, and I didn't do a video on it because Sloan did a good job covering it, and Sloan was referencing another YouTuber who had actually made the original video about this particular video content that they put up. The Ace family made a video where they claimed that they had a scare, that the girls were taken, and they thought that they had been, you know, whatted by a stranger and were frantic looking for them. So I'll put up the clip here. I'll put a link to Sloan's video down below. It's not disgusting like the first two are, but it's absolutely cringy. So here you go. Watch this.
The Ace family must be starving for content because they're creating fake stories at their children's expense. And there's this story they're telling about their daughter being kidnapped. And the way they're telling this story just doesn't make sense. So why are they lying about this? Supposedly Austin came in asking if anyone wanted Jamba Juice, and everything went chaotic after that.
And we all looked at each other, we're like, no, I don't want Jamba Juice. And Lele was like, I want Jamba Juice. And so they ended up going with Austin. So Steele and Alea went with Austin to Jamba Juice. In that moment that he walked in and asked if we wanted Jamba Juice, Yesenia, who's our good family friend, walks in and she's like, hey, have you seen Elle and Janelle? And I was like, I think they're in a theater room, I just saw them there. And she's like, no, they're not there. She's like, oh, they're probably playing hide and go seek.
So their daughter Elle has a friend Janelle over, they're hanging out, and then they go missing. The hide and seek part's a little bit confusing because who are they playing hide and seek with? If it's two children, then don't they just play with each other? So one is trying to look for the other. It wouldn't make sense if the two were actually hiding at the same time. It seems like Austin came home, asked them if they wanted Jamba Juice, left, and then he was back like right away, which doesn't make sense in LA because it takes forever to get anywhere. Even just a mile away can take you, sometimes 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, but I know like internally, like I guess as a mom, I just knew they weren't playing hide. I knew Elle wasn't playing hide and go seek at that moment. For whatever reason, like I just knew. So at that moment, 10 to 15 minutes pass by and Yesenia walks back in the room. She's like, hey, like I can't find them. Like they're really hiding, like I can't find them. And I was like, did you look outside?
There's no way that they went to Jamba Juice and then came back so quickly. So maybe it's just, you know, a hiccup on the timeline, but when you see it as whole, I mean, this entire situation happened entirely too fast to make sense. Grandma Shirley visited and she had left during this time when Austin came home and went to Jamba Juice.
Mind you, like the way our house is set up is like we have 24-hour security. We have a gate, like a big gate at the front.
We knew both of our neighbors on both sides, but we didn't know the neighbor behind us.
So I run outside to the front door in my socks and I go to my security guard and I go, hey, have you seen the girls? He goes, no, what do you mean? He's like, the only person that I've seen in the last hour is Shirley and she just drove away like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And he goes, and when she drove away, I opened the gate and I closed.
So as the East family tell the story, they are freaking out. They just talked to security. They haven't seen the girls. Where are the children? And I guess Elle has a phone. So they started messaging Elle, sending voice memos. They explained that actually like someone was listening to the voice memo, but not replying. So they're seeing that their daughter has this phone, receiving the text messages, listening to the voice memos. And they even mentioned that the location is turned off.
So then Shirley calls back.
Okay, so then Shirley calls back within like...
Why does it almost seem like they're trying to figure out this story in the moment?
2 minutes of her hanging up, right? So she calls within 2 minutes and she goes, you will not believe this. I am so upset right now. I can't believe this is happening. The girls are in my trunk.
The video that Sloan did speaks for itself. One of the girls and her friend, allegedly, they couldn't find them. Austin went out to get Jamba Juice and, like Sloan points out, miraculously made it to Jamba Juice and back in like 2 minutes, which is impossible. And then they claim that at some point, you know, while they realize the girls were missing, they're searching for the girls. The girls aren't answering their phones, but they're sending voice memos to the girls and they're listening to them, but they're not responding, that the phone location was turned off. So make a long story short, as you can see, supposedly Austin's grandmother got to a gas station and for some reason looked in her trunk and found the girls there. Now, like Sloan had pointed out in his video and the other guy, August the Duck, had made his video, pointed out, first of all, the grandmother supposedly had baggage with her, didn't put it in the trunk for some odd reason. The girls somehow were able to unlock her car, get in the car, open the trunk, get in the trunk. The security guard, who's supposedly on duty 24 hours, doesn't see any sign of the girls, doesn't see them pulling this prank. The girls don't make any noise. They've somehow figured out how to turn the GPS off on their phone. They're somehow quietly sitting in the car while the grandmother's driving. They're listening to these voice memos, but it can't be heard by the grandmother in the front seat of the car. That the girls deliberately somehow are not responding to their parents' frantic phone calls and messages. To joke about something like this, and I think that they were just making up crap for content, is absolutely reprehensible. There are so many people that have real experiences with this type of a situation. I just think this is not a topic that you should be making up content about, especially because I don't think it's true. It doesn't sound to me like it's true. It sounds to me like maybe there was, like someone had said, there was like some kernel of a situation that briefly happened and they decided, oh, we can milk this and blow it up into something and make a video about it. Well, I think that's gross, number one. Number two, why would you pick this topic to put on your family channel again? It's just so repulsive to me, and I think that it's terrible, terrible choice of subject matter that they're using for some of these videos, and I don't know why they do it. I mean, I know why they do it, because it's clickbait, it's content, it's supposed to shock, but again, they're supposed to be making a family channel. They have gone out of their way to talk about their family channel and how they're so protective of their family content, and yet they're making this clearly not family-friendly stuff. So, I don't know. Let me know down below what you think about it. Those are the 3 videos that I thought were the cringiest of 2022. If there are any that they made that you happen to have seen that you think are also cringy. Let me know what your choices are, but let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I'm sure we have more of this to look forward to in 2023 because clearly they're not going anywhere, even though they said they were going to be leaving YouTube. I mean, they've leased a new house. They've bought new vehicles, allegedly. They've taken on more debt. They can't afford to be away from YouTube is the bottom line. So I don't think they're going anywhere. Please, if you haven't seen the Ace Family Advent calendar video I made, please watch it. And also, if you missed my video I just posted this past weekend about my trip down to Houston where I confronted Mr. Rich Lux in person, please go watch that. There's a link on the end screen. There'll be a link down below. I want to say a special thank you to Kim C, who sent us a box of the Shrimpy Shrimp cat treats. The cats love them. They love those. They love all the treats. Thank you so much, Kim. You know, we've received a few things that didn't have a gift slip in them, and that's how I know who sent them. Otherwise, I don't know who sent it. And we've gotten one litter box that I know now who sent it, but there was another litter box that didn't have a slip in it. And we've received a couple of really nice scratching posts that also didn't come with gift slips. So if I don't thank you and you've sent something, please don't be offended. It's just because I don't know who sent the item. So if you sent me something and I didn't thank you and you wanted me to acknowledge what you sent, please send me an email and just send me a copy of the order that you placed, and I'll be sure that you get thanked because Sybil is very appreciative. I'm appreciative. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks to all of our Patreon patrons whose support is so instrumental. It helps us pay the vet bill every month, which is, believe me, fairly steep. And also thank you to all of our channel members. You guys help out too with the cost of keeping all of these rescue cats, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate the support you've given us this year. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We're growing slowly. We'd like to keep growing. Join us, please, and come along into 2023 with us. I hope you guys had a happy holiday season. I wish you all the best for the new year, Sybil and I and all the cats, and Cedric, who's been a nudge tonight. He's been running back and forth, knocking my microphone all around, and I have to keep stopping. But please have a safe New Year's. If you're going to party, that's great, but please make sure that you do it responsibly. I hope you have a healthy, happy New Year. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next one.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.